Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a new Idle Huntress video. Today's video is going to cover the second part of the SS Iori, the Swimsuit Iori event, as well as Swimsuit Iori herself. So we'll just quickly go over what they added to the event. Wasn't very much, they just resetted the top up and whatever. We'll go over it, and then we'll cover Swimsuit Iori's kit. First, we have Hero Assembly, which, when you guys are seeing this, had just finished up. Definitely, it's just a mess. Whoever has the most money is going to win with the strongest teams. So spend if you're going to spend, and whale if you're going to whale. But definitely, all you need to do is make sure that you're getting enough to get the alloy equipment, which is going to be 1,500 in that exchange shop, and that's pretty easily. It's reasonably achievable given your guild rewards, your personal ranking rewards, and so forth, and just getting your 9 attacks in every day, and that should be achievable. Next, we see that is Swimsuit Iori skins. I quite like all of them. The second one, I don't know. They do it with the people like that. If your name is Tarantino, but I'm not a fan, and but so I don't pick it. But here we have the top ups, just same old crystals and money that reset from the last 2 weeks with Medusa's. Yeah, with Medusa's banners, we had that and it reset. So hopefully we're keeping an eye on that and used what you were gonna use to get over the nearest checkpoint. We also have this swimsuit duel, which is just Honda with 6 other characters, just ruining your team, but not really, because you're going to be sending in Swimsuit Iori with normal Iori and a bunch of other support units that are just going to buff Iori, really. It's just how much damage can we get normal Iori to do to a bunch of other Huntresses that are unkillable. And you're going to see the top layer at the time when I was recording it, these rewards as well, they're unachievable. You can only get 10 or 6 passes. How are you going to get over 100? And it resets. It's not like it counts from before. So I don't know whose brain wasn't on during that. Okay, whatever, I'm just being mean. But here we'll see what the event looks like with some top tier gameplay, which is just a typical PvE run. It's just, now we have only 10 rounds and we're just trying to get Iori to do the most amount of damage. So what I did is put Venus in the front because we get the taunt, we're not dealing damage. There's no reason for Iori to be hit. It's not like she gets a counter mechanic, so there's no reason to, you get it. Just swap Iori and Venus, in my opinion. I'm not the guy spending bans and bans and bans trying to do this, but you get the point. Also, you'll see it in a second. If you want to get the special skin for Swimsuit Iori, that's going to be in the $15 pass. They reset the pass to be Swimsuit Iori instead of Medusa this time. Just that was foreseen, right? And it's at the very end of it. When you click on the preview, you won't see it unless you scroll. However, the skin is the skin that we see when you do the sunscreen thing. When you apply the sunscreen to Swimsuit Iori, that's what you're paying for. That's the skin, and we'll see it real quickly here. We have the login reward, nothing reset. It's a bummer, that was an easy reset right there. What we just saw is Swimsuit Duel. The story, I think they added this one, so you can go read it for yourself. It's just a bunch of still images. I think they add some extra images that aren't normal characters, but yeah, this didn't reset. Not like we got new art, so same old. Man, they didn't even get us more tickets just for it, whatever. They're really just slacking on this one. Here we still have Soarin' Maiden, so the Maiden, which is just the crappy Flappy Bird that is just really hard to play for no reason. Here we once again have the sunscreen. Don't demonetize me, YouTube, please. I'm just gonna quickly show it. It didn't reset. Don't. It's a bummer. This is so lame. There's not a shop to get what you want, and it's all rigged. It's crap. But here's the pass, like I was talking about before. You won't see it, but there it is, right? You gotta scroll over, and then that's the wonderful moments, and you get the nice looking Iori skin that's gonna get me demonetized if it's on there for too long. And then the $50 pass is gonna get you 2 things of Iori shards, which will come in handy if the game decides to absolutely screw you, like it did again for me, like it did Medusa. And I had to pull, I think I got it on the 580. I got her last version on 590, which we'll see. And in order to speed run the pass, if you're impatient or whatever, or have to record a YouTube video, you'll have to spend a lot on those specific scroll packs or that diamond pack. Just you click it and then it'll navigate you to the right one, or you go to the store and it'll be the top page, and you got to get those packs to progress through the banner, unlike the ones where we just get to spend crystals on it. Whatever, they're money hungry, and it's fine. I mean, no, it's not fine, but it is what it is. Here we have her base stats, and then once again, that's that 4th skin that I keep talking about. And yeah, that covers it for the event. Sadly, that's it. It's all pay. It's all pay for ish rewards. If you wanted to get Swimsuit Iori, and you do your pulls, then do the math. Is it worth it to get the pass so that you don't have to spend on more scrolls? That is just math, because it'll roughly take you 60 or so scrolls per copy, and that's an if still. So it's just, do the math and spend wisely. Now we're moving on to Swimsuit Iori's kit. For her first skill, Wear Sunscreen at level 1 grants a 30% chance for control immunity that lasts for 4 rounds, and raises a shield that's worth 100% of max HP that lasts until the end of battle. At level 2, the control immunity chance increases to 60%, and the shield HP increases to 200% of max HP, and at level 3, the control immunity chance increases to 100%, and the max HP shield is now 300% of max HP. The wording for this skill is terrible, so yeah, that was a pain to read, but this is a great skill. She gets her shield, and she's not going to be CC'd by anybody, because as long as she is able to use it, which you're going to want to make her fast so that she's able to use it, otherwise she could get CC'd before she even has the opportunity to prevent herself from being CC'd. Now, the max HP shield is fantastic, because as long as you built her HP, then that shield is just going to become bigger, right? But it doesn't matter how weak she is in terms of missing HP, because the shield applies based off the max HP, not how much HP she has at the moment, but her max HP. So pretty solid. Is going to make her last a lot longer, given she is a tank unit, but you have to make sure that she is able to use this skill is the biggest thing. So she's got to be decently fast. Her next skill is her ultimate skill, Play Moderately. At level 1, deals 50% of max HP and physical damage to the highest attack enemy, and taunts them for 4 rounds. This also raises a shield that's worth 200% of her max HP to herself. At level 2, the damage is now increased to 100% of max HP. The shield is now 400% of max HP, and at level 3 we have 200% extra damage, and the shield is now worth 600% of max HP. So once again, as long as you build HP, she will be doing a lot of damage. Now, she's going to not be your main DPS, but definitely more health means she is staying alive a lot longer due to the massive shield she keeps applying from both her first skill and her ultimate skill. But it's gonna keep her alive to then buff Iori. That's we'll see in a second. Swimsuit Iori's third skill, Replenish Water. This is her first passive. At level 1, at the start of each round, heals the lowest HP ally and all allied Iori Moes for 5% of Swimsuit Iori Moe's max HP, and dispels one of their debuffs. Every time an ally, including herself, casts an ult, if there is a boss on the enemy side, all allied Iori units final damage increases by 20% until the end of battle, but there is a max of 5 stacks. This cannot be dispelled. At level 2, the HP recovered is increased to 10% of max HP, and at level 3, the HP recovered is increased to 20% of max HP. So this is going to really help support your Iori, just the normal Iori, and the lowest HP ally, and Swimsuit Iori heal and debuff, just 1 debuff every round. Now, the boss extra damage is great for the PvE aspect, against the major world bosses, but definitely the HP recovery is not really important, but the debuff cleansing is very integral for PvP aspects, especially because everybody is trying to CC the enemy Iori, that this allows her to stay in action before round 5, where she could die on round 6. Next, we have SS Iori's stat passive in the Spotlight. At level 1, increases HP by 15% and dodge by 3%. At level 2, 20 and 4. And at level 3, 25 and 5. The HP is fantastic. That's what we want because that's all of her skills. And the dodge is always nice so that she doesn't get hit. And it's extra might. Next, we have her exclusive equipment, Water Fun. At level 1, HP increases to 15%, level 2, final damage reduction 4%, and at level 3, tenacity 5%, level 4, EE 30 at the start of the battle. If located in the front row, increases all allies' final damage reduction by 20%. At EE 40, level 5, if located in the middle row, increases self-healing by 20%, and at level 6, if located in the back row, increases all allies' final damage boost by 20%. So, this one is very expensive to obtain because you're going to want the level 6 or the level 4, right? So EE 30 or EE 50, right? Because the middle one, healing isn't much of this elo. It's, you're either dead or you're not, or you can't die. So definitely you're going to want that, defense bonus or the final damage. You're going to want that final damage if you're going to push PvE content, but mainly you're going to be pushing PvP content, which is still going to need that extra 20%. So you are required to put her in the back row. Now, at level 6, you don't get all of the other bonuses. It's just you pick one, right? Depending on where you place her, as well as, this one's kind of weird. I guess if it's at the start of the battle, right? So if she gets displaced, it doesn't get automatically, changed of stat passive, but definitely it'll stay like that until she dies, right? You get it. So mainly everybody is booking it to get this level 50, level 6, EE 50, sorry, to get that final damage boost 20% on everybody. That's pretty straightforward, but once again, very expensive given all the units we've spent our exclusive equipment gear and, chests and gems on. So that's definitely something to consider when you're going to invest into her. Next, we have her UR skill, Iori Moe time. At level 1, starting from the 5th round, increases final damage boost and physical damage boost equal to 30% of herself's current attributes for all allied Iori Moe. This cannot be dispelled and lasts until the end of battle and dispels all debuffs and cast control immunity on all allied Iori Moe for 4 rounds. So this means that she gives this, starting on round 5, obviously, she gives the damage buff to herself and normal Iori. This is going to help Iori, all of them, both of them, stay, alive after round 5, which is going to be a concern because she's not immune anymore. She can be killed and CC'd, and that's not what we want. Ideally, this would have been better if it started on, the beginning of the battle. However, then normal Iori would just be the Terminator, T-1000, right? But luckily, this is more so here to help with some PvE content that has that, the CC that prevents Iori from doing more damage, and this helps prevent that. However, if you can keep Iori alive, normal Iori alive, and Swimsuit Iori alive on, round 6 and further, then she can't be CC'd, and then she's dealing more damage. But once again, the hard part is keeping Swimsuit Iori alive to give normal Iori this benefit. That's why we need to give her as much HP as possible, and if you can give her a pretty high star pet, that's also ideal, just so that we can get the health stacked on Swimsuit Iori, keep her alive, give her massive shields, give her a lot of healing on the team and the bigger shields on the other team members, so forth and so forth. Just she is a tank support buffer. Last but not least, we have her pet skill, Go to the Seaside. At level 1, in the first 4 rounds, after each round starts, Familiar's final damage boost and physical damage boost increases by 3% until the end of battle. The effect is stackable but cannot be dispelled. At level 2, the damage is now 6%, then 3, 9%, level 4, 12%, and at level 5, 15%. So, once again, worded terribly, but ideally, at level 200, level 5, we have 15 times 4, which is going to be 60. So it'll be 60% final damage boost and physical damage boost just to Swimsuit Iori. The way it's worded makes it sound like the familiar's damage, like the team-wide familiar damage, is that no, it's just Iori is Swimsuit Iori and only Swimsuit Iori. will be given that 60% extra damage to both of that. So I guess you could do 120%. I'm not too sure how final damage gets multiplied to physical damage, so whatever, you guys can put it in the comments, but definitely that is still 60% on both of those after round 4 that she is dealing if you get the pet skill. Ideally, if you're giving her the pet, it's so that she gets extra HP. Not really for this skill. It's cool, but it's not like doing anything that's special, but it's mainly there just for the stat creep. That covers it for her kit. We'll be moving on to badges and runes. Once again, sadly, no visual for us, but you can listen to my voice. We're going to build her HP. If that wasn't clear, I don't know what you've been listening to for the last, 10 minutes? Yeah. Build her HP. The more max HP she has, the more damage she deals, and the more shield she gives herself and teammates and Iori. So, build her HP. What is that going to be? That's going to be HP rune. That's going to be HP substat on the other rune, and the HP rune, HP badges, and you name it. Just HP, 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 HP. The second stat to focus on, in my opinion, is going to be speed. You're going to want to put speed on her because she needs to be able to proc her first skill just so that she has that control immunity and she is giving the shield to herself. She can't give the healing and the shield to the teammates if she's CC'd, and she won't be CC'd, well, if she gets to proc that skill. So how are you going to do that? Make sure she's super stupid fast, right? So HP and speed. That's it. That's simple. You don't need to give her attack, dodge, you don't even give her might, you don't need to give her squat, except health and fast. Give her math. I'm kidding. Sorry. So definitely, it's that straightforward. I don't know how else to explain it. You have to make sure she is able to take her turn, and then she just has to have more health. I don't know how many more times I could say it, but it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, that covers it. I hope you guys enjoyed. In my opinion, she's a pretty solid unit. There's others to it before her, but for the fact that we don't know when she'll rerun, if she reruns, she's a banner unit. You definitely need to grab at least one of her so that you can use your Omni Shards later on if you so choose to. But definitely grab one copy of her. If you can afford to, you gotta 6-star her. She's not going to be really viable without 6-star. She's not going to have the health. She's not going to survive long enough. She's not going to have the speed, X, Y, and Z, right? You got to get her to 6-star if you want her in play. That's just it, right? So if you can't afford to get her to 6-star, which I'm not saying you spend your money on it, you just grab one copy of her. All you got to do is, put 80 scrolls in, get a copy of her, and then you just chill out. You get the Omni Shards as you get them on the pass if you can afford that. But yeah, she's gonna die. She's gonna die really quick if you don't get her to 6-star. That's about it. But she completes normally Iori in that you get the CC control, you get the debuffing. I just wish she wasn't, she doesn't help Iori get a balloon stack. She helps her with the strength, but that's it. She's not earth and she's not wind, so she's not giving Iori that other stack of balloons that could get it. So I guess she wasn't going to be super overpowered to be with Iori, but I don't know. I'm not designing the game. I would make a lot of different other changes, but we play it, we spend on it. That's on us. So overall, I like her. I like the art. I like the character. I think I like her more than normal Iori in terms of design wise. Gameplay wise, heck no. Normal Iori is a monster. She is a T1000 if she couldn't be CC'd and X, Y, and Z. Once again, I wish, like I think other people agree, her other art for her UR form is just better. She's on a Ferris wheel, not a Ferris wheel, my bad, a merry-go-round on one of a horse, seat, whatever. It looks way better in my opinion instead of the normal one where she's just got balloons at the fair. So yeah, that about covers it for Swimsuit Iori. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. That really helps the channel out. Put what you like, put what you didn't like. Help me out. Help me help you. But with that covered, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.